Okay, so our third game, courtesy of Eccentrics. It was also Codemasters as well. This one is Hoversprint, and this is our third game of today. Okay, that's a very very sort of lacking title screen there. I mean, kind of cool that they're showcasing 3D, but at the same time, I don't know, it just doesn't really look like much. Okay, so what do we do here? Press fire? We certainly do. Oh, insert B in DFO. Oh no, that's okay, it's already recognising the second disc. So yeah, loading through the second drive now. Currently still loading from the second drive. Gonna say, kind of caught me off guard because this is a Codemasters game, and usually those ones, or those that are sort of related with Codemasters, are usually just like one disc and don't take much time to load. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay, single play or multiplayer? Single for me. Oh, what's all this? Select driver? Obi-Wan, Zavar, ST, Zack, or V? Oh, resets? Oh, okay, here we are. Right, I'm not sure. Not sure which one to go for. It doesn't really explain anything. Might do if we had a manual, but not going to read one just yet. Let's go for the first one, the red flag or the red background. So we've got a race menu, select car, lap records, and test track. I mean, that's not really a car, is it? Oh, fancy. Quite like that. Hmm, okay. Because say first impressions, certainly unlike any typical Codemaster game I've seen. Like usually they're sort of like platform based, aren't they? Oh, that one's not much difference, is it? It's got a red bit on there. Looks a bit bulkier. The music's touch on the repetitive side. We got expert, beginner. I suppose we're a beginner, so go on then. What next? Race menu, perhaps? Oh, race. That sounds more appropriate. Right, shall we just go for it? Oh, number of laps 5. Sorry, 3. Ooh, that was a bit scrunchy there. Hope that wasn't game breaking or would induce a good meditation. Okay, so looks like we got ourselves a 3D driver. Right, it seems like up is accelerate and fire is changing the gears, perhaps? Oh, ouch. Oh, okay. Didn't think we get damaged returning to the road, but sure. Oh, okay. It doesn't seem like that there's no gears to this. And fire actually activates a boost. Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of the sound effects. It seems to play okay. It sounds like someone's knocking on metal. Ah, here we go. Currently third, and our first lap was just shy of 2 minutes, which is probably not good. Oh, oh, what? Okay, why did we get smashed up? The other guy's fine though. Okay, that kind of deserved that. But it is annoying that the car in front, or vehicle in front, like nothing happens to him. Okay, so why can't we move? Have we suffered so much damage that we can't do anything else? It keeps saying last lap all the time. I don't think we finished the race. I think we got smashed up so badly that we can't continue. Because I'm, yeah, holding down up, holding down fire, and neither seems to be happening. Can we get out of our vehicle like with road rash and just jog to the rest of the finish? Doesn't look like it. Can we just abort? Escape? Escape. Okay. Wait, why are we still known as V? Didn't we change our name? Okay, I guess we're not continuing unless we do that. Very demanding. Okay, is that the next race? Okie dokie. Okay, well it seemed easy enough to control. Just try not to crash. Pro tip. Oh, and I do apologise, but I just noticed on my activity feed, Nag Graham, thank you for giving me a shout out. It was 18 hours ago. I do, I do eventually receive the messages, but he must have done a stream yesterday. Well, obviously, he did a stream yesterday if he gave me the shout out 18 hours ago. But yeah, thanks for that. If you are listening or watching, appreciate it. Hmm. This isn't weird because it's saying please wait, but the screen seems to. I think this has frozen because usually I'm getting like numbers, moving about on the emulator to signify that something is loading. Um, doesn't seem like the case this time. So I'm going to make a judgment call. Maybe that had something to do with right protecting. I'm not sure. I'm going to reset it. And next time I get back onto that menu, I am going to save state it so I can just sort of bounce back to that bit. I know it sounds weird. Maybe it doesn't like the additional disk drive, even though it sort of recognizes that the second disk is in play. So yeah, once again loading the second disk. Hmm. Wondering. I'm just wondering why it needs to take all this time to load. Because, like, I can understand it because pixel drawn sprites and stuff like that usually takes up a lot of memory, but polygons not so much. But there's probably other factors to think about as well. Okay, so let's save state here. So if we do run into problems, we can just bounce back to that bit. Continue. Okay, so let's put us back onto that bit. I just noticed that text on the top actually, saying a different message, Wolverine Online. Okay. Why did it feel the need to tell me that? Oh wow, okay. Off to a good start. That is rare. Seems like crashing into the back of other cars does pay off. Sorry, not crashing, rather. Okay, we could have done better there. Please recover. Please recover. Okay, made it without being smashed up. And for some reason we're OB1. I thought we're... Oh, never mind. It doesn't matter. Hmm. Yeah, again, I'm not a fan of stuff like this when it sort of forces you to remove the right protect, because you shouldn't have to do that. That should be optional. Like, I get it. It wants you to sort of save your progress. But, there should be better methods to do that. There should be a separate save option. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to save state. We'll save state under a different name this time. And what we're going to do, we're going to write protect the disks again, so to speak. Right, yeah, it's weird now because nothing is loading. So we had that problem last time, didn't we? Okay, what I'm going to do then is go back to that. This time uncheck them. The disk files, that is. Problem. Same thing. Same thing occurs. Okay, that was a bit weird. So what we did there, assuming that that solves the situation, was that we didn't include both disks on each drive. Instead, I ejected both of them, and now I'm just loading up one disk at a time. Okay, and it briefly flashed red there, just sort of indicating that it's saving something. But now it's sort of stayed on disk 1, so do we just go back to disk... Sorry, it's on disk 2 a moment, so we just go back to disk 1? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Okay, I'll tell you what, we're going to reload our original states. Okay, it seems to load now. Hmm, that is weird. Yeah, not sure why it suddenly works now, but okay. So yeah, maybe it's probably my fault because I haven't really got haven't looked at a manual if if one is easily accessible. I feel like I'm just wasting time for waiting for the game to load. Just really just want to try all the ouch. Try out as many tracks as possible. Kind of curious to know if this one flew under the radar or if this one was reviewed by a selection of magazines. Cause yeah, I've never played or heard about this one before. That's for sure. Seems to play all right. It's okay. Well, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, obviously, it cannot compete with the likes of F1 Grand Prix, but yeah, most games cannot. It's smooth enough. I mean, keep in mind we are emulating this on an Amiga 500. All the basic vanilla setup. Not sure if it does need any special like requirements. Don't know. Like maybe a GeForce graphics card, 3D accelerator. 50 gigabytes of hard drive. Amiga Action gave it 19%. I mean, okay. I mean, it's Amiga Action, so they're all, by default, all of their scores are kind of like invalid because Amiga Action. Wonder what they didn't like about the game. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't actually play the game at all. They just looked at a few screenshots and then, I don't know, just rolled a couple of dice and thought, that'll do. Really? 6% from the one Amiga? Now that is surprising. Oh, sorry, 56. Okay. Okay. I mean, from what I have seen... Why has it stopped? What's going on? Has it crashed? And nothing's loading. Hang on about. Okay, can we abort? Maybe... I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's... Maybe because, like, we're just having difficulty trying to make it to each track. Maybe it's just a dodgy game to load. It just sort of bugs out now and then. You know, before... You know, just like on real hardware as well. It doesn't seem like it wants to get starting. Whoops. Maybe if I just load up one disk at a time. I tried this before. Thank you very much for the 500.
The timing of this product is bad. To say the least, this month's web already reviewed Lotus 1 and Team, Suzuki, 2, excellent racing games, Hoversprint simply doesn't compare. In fact, it's been well and...
According to the manual, it's supposed to race around circuits at incredible speeds and crash through the, how's that pronounced? Chicanes, yet the game cruises along at a snail's pace at the very best of times. 500. I mean, yeah, this is, I'm just checking again. This is our basic default A500 setup, and it seems to work fine. So, yeah, I don't know what to make of that. I guess they didn't have a experience. That's an excerpt from the Amiga Action Review. But yeah, thank you very much for the 500. I'll just quickly change that. So what's that? 7,000? Oh my. It's getting dangerously close now, isn't it? 7,124 bits out of 9,000. Scary. Just shy of 2,000 from doing the 9-hour Bad Cat stream. I definitely don't regret doing that, he says, as both arms and body and legs are shivering in coldness. But yeah, thank you again for the 500. Very much appreciated. And I trust you have 500 games in... so 500 games in mind. 5 games in mind. 500, that would be scary. That will be a never-ending wheel right there. Yeah, it's 500 games. And then like straight away, bam, he's got like a list of 500. 500, get thinking. I mean, I think that's... What is that? That's like a 16th of the Amiga library. It's a shame that we're having trouble getting this one to work. And again, if the people reviewing this one, you know, like the One Amiga, etc., Amiga Action, Amiga Power, if they had difficulty getting it to work, and if that hampered the score, I can honestly say fair enough. Fair enough. And it looks like we're still having difficulty now, so it's unfortunate. It only seems like swapping around the discs, like putting both discs in each drive, putting each disc, having one disc at a time. That seems to be working, although I don't understand why it would be. And well, Bad Cats times 500. That would be hell. So what have you redeemed there? I will add those on next time we spin it. So we got Cavadas Shadowlands. Okay. I think I've seen that one being played on Amiga Live. Fire Force. What's that one? Thunderhawk. Thunderhawk AH7 3M and Super Tennis Champs. Ah, okay. Yeah, I quite enjoyed playing Super Tennis Champs, but against the computer, the CPU is insanely difficult. I remember that much. Maybe I'm just atrocious at tennis games. Come on, please work. Please, please, please. Game. Cooperate. It doesn't want to work, does it? God damn it. Okay, fingers crossed. Is this solving the issue? Maybe it just, yeah, maybe it just doesn't like having two discs in each drive, which is why we are resorting to putting in one disc at a time. It's so annoying. I mean, I don't want to rely on the save state to go, just bounce back a bit. I mean, if the worst comes to the worst, we'll have to do that. God, this is frustrating, it really is. Okay, doesn't look like anything wants to work. I mean, is it too late to disable drive DF1? Perhaps. Yeah, it's not working. There's where did we last leave? I just try to remember the last save state we left. I think it was that one. Okay, so we're back on that one. Still having difficulty to work. Still having difficulty to work now, even loading. This is like loading the second track. This is a pain. It really is. Maybe I should have done this a lot sooner, but just going to check the manual. Hmm. I tell you what, I'm going to disable Drive DF1, maybe change it to an A500 if that makes any difference, and give it a little bit more memory, make it 2 megabytes. It was annoying because, if it didn't work straight off, straight away, then that would have been fine. It would have meant we just needed a different setup. Hang on a moment. Changing that. Yeah, let's try that. Oh, okay, well, just as well, at least from the Hall of Light website, there was no manual available. Okay, but we can at least have a little look at the so this is like the box set, front and back. Not too bad. Quite like the art. Like, it doesn't really scream anything. Like, it doesn't really scream, by me. It more sort of screams generic future racer. The back of the box is pretty good. Just showing a few screenshots there. Crank it around corners. Don't do that in public. Crash through I'm not sure what that word means. The chicanes, and shoot down the straights. Shoot down the straights in this mega sim from the 21st century. Zip skids, retro thrusters, and turbo boosts. Total Control 3D racing. Oh, okay, we've got a different screen now. Could that be because we're running it on an A500 Plus, and we've given it 2 megs instead of 1? So I don't know if that makes a world of difference. Also, instead of having instead of having an additional disk drive, we are loading it through just the one. See if that makes a difference. So let's yeah, beg your pardon, put it back to that. But yeah, it's just loading, not doing anything too dramatic. Okay, leaving a save state at this point, so sounds interesting, the multi-serial option. Don't know if anyone has played it. Oh, here we go. A blank bit this time. I mean, there's not really anything to continue, is there? Is this botched it up? Oh, it has. Yikes. Okay, what I'm going to do, go back here and reset. And I don't know if that's selecting a level of difficulty. We'll go for the green one this time. So, okay, even with an extra meg of RAM, I haven't really noticed anything radical. Maybe it's a bit smoother. If there are any differences, I'm not noticing. I'm not noticing them. Maybe it's a little. Maybe it's running a little bit faster. Let's touch smoother. But yeah, I wanted to, get even though we are repeating some of the older tracks, at least we're getting a bit more gameplay in. I don't really want to spend like most of the hour just going through different techniques and stuff. Don't know why. This doesn't usually happen to me, but I seem like I have an increasing desire to eat something. Like usually I have a sort of biggish breakfast, skip lunch, or just eat something light, and then grab something quite heavy for dinner. So I don't know. Don't know what's coming over me. Feels like me and my stomach are two very separate entities. Back to Future car, perhaps. It yeah, really is a shame that we could only get a few bits of gameplay in this because it's I'm kind of in yeah I'm kind of digging this at the moment. Well, sorry, at the moment I'm kind of yeah scary. I'm actually kind of enjoying it. Like it's not it's far from excellent, but it's far from good. But this is it's still I don't think like the highest score was 59% from the one Amiga. Um, And again, I'd have to check out, I'm going to have to read those reviews for myself. Like if they did have difficulties getting this game to work, I can understand the lower scores. That's fair enough. And if they had like crash problems as well, so okay, I can relate to that. But if they're just like complaining about the base game and they didn't have any problems getting it to work, yeah, I don't understand those low scores at all. I'd say it's more of a what would I like just from what I have played, I would say this was something like a 65%. I wouldn't say that, I wouldn't say it's outright terrible. I'd say it's okay. It's all right. Like the base game is all right from what I have seen. It's quite responsive. And yeah, I put my hands up and admit this. It is. I think this one's on me. I'm afraid. Like, maybe I should have found, like the system requirements before loading it. Actually, it feels like the stuff's being loaded a little bit too quickly. So okay, so it's actually saved that. I'm just checking again. So yeah, I've unticked the right protect. Oh, why has it done that now? Oh, god damn it. Okay, and yeah, it's buggered up, I'm afraid. Burfoot Top Knot, hello, how you doing? Hope all is well. It's been a short time. Hope everything is okay. Hope you are faring better than this game. Yeah, I think it's just refused to load now because I'm just trying out different, just swapping in the discs, and yeah, nothing is happening. Yeah, that's a pain. Okay, let's go back to the save state then. I'm going to say that perhaps the save states are causing it some issue as well. Like it shouldn't do this. Definitely shouldn't be doing this. I was hoping on the practice bit I could practice like all the tracks, not just the one given to me. Okay, sadly seems like the hour is almost up. From what I've seen, so yeah, quick summary. This one's doesn't seem to be too bad. A little bit rough around the edges, but you know, I don't think it's yeah, certainly not as bad as the magazine scores would give it. But again, unless it's a very difficult to get working kind of game, I don't see any reason why it would get scores that low, especially from Amiga Action. I mean, I know those guys. I mean, I give I give Amiga Power a lot of bad critique because you know they seem to like take pride in like being different from all other reviews, and I thought, well, yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, you can say that, but there are times where their scores have been like really unjustified. But yeah, Amiga Action given something as low as 19%. But then again, these were the same guys behind. What did they give Rise of the Robots? 92%. So I don't know. Maybe shouldn't really say this, but maybe cocaine was very cheap and easy to acquire back in the mid 90s. And perhaps the people back at Amiga Action were, yeah, let's just say they enjoyed their intake of lines. It could have been a lot worse, definitely. It almost seems like it's less me playtesting this than me just like taking a cheap shot of Amiga Action. But then again, they deserve it. I mean, you know, when it was time for some Amiga magazines to retire, some let's just say that some bowed out less graciously than others. Like by the time Amiga Action produced their last issue, it became something like 25 pages. It was pretty much a booklet than anything else, and most of those were sort of marred and covered up by covered up the irony by lots of girly adverts I seem to remember. So yeah, quite unremarkable. Unlike this game, which is, yeah, it's okay. And if we got the load, if it didn't have any loading problems, it would have been nice to see more of this one. Sound effect, yeah, okay, that's one criticism. The sound effects are a little bit dodgy. Driving sound is okay when you crash into something that sounds a bit off, but whatever. And maybe the main menu screen is a little bit repetitive, but yeah, now I'm really being nitpicky. Okay, so that was my first time experience with what was it called again? Hover something, I forgot already. What was it called again? Hover Sprint. About to call it Hover Car, wasn't far off. But yeah, Hover Sprint isn't too bad. Okay, and let's stop it right there.